Well, the situation in the Persian Gulf is starting to get worse by the day. Previously, U.S. and 30 other countries conducted naval exercises in the Persian Gulf, which also included France and Saudi Arabia. Now, as a result of this hostility, these provocative actions by the West, primarily the United States and its allies, Iran has announced that they're going to send a Russian sub to the waters in order to increase their presence. A Russian-made submarine. It's the Tara-1, which is one of 3 Russian-built Kilo-class submarines from the southern port of Bandar Abbas, which completed a retrofit earlier this year. Also in the waters at this time is a destroyer, the Sahand, which has also been launched after an overhaul and is expected to be ready for operations in the near future. Now, speaking on this, the Ayatollah Khamenei, who actually does have supreme command of the Iranian armed forces, said that Iran has no intention of attacking another country and is basically there to defend their own interests and to help persuade the 30-some-odd countries in the waters to stop doing what they're doing. The armed forces should be upgraded in such a way that no one will be able to violate the reinforced fortress of Iran. Now, on the other side, the United States and some of the other 30 countries are warning Iran not to close the Strait of Hormuz, which is what Iran has previously threatened to do. 18 million barrels of oil a day pass through there. Some 35% of the world's oil shipment pass through the 21-mile wide channel, making it an extraordinarily important trade route when it comes to energy. Other such commodities would be affected as well, but primarily this is targeted at the oil industry and the devastating effect that it would have on that. And it would certainly massively destabilize world oil prices. After all, why not? The United States has felt to put sanctions on Iran to stop them from buying things that they need. So why shouldn't Iran be able to turn around and do the same thing to the people that are making their lives difficult? Of course not, because this is about bullying Iran into not having nuclear energy, which they have every right to have, by claiming that they're trying to build nuclear weapons when there's literally, like the invasion of Iraq, absolutely no evidence of. Now, a Middle East expert speaking to RT, Tariq Ali, said that in the event of an Israeli or U.S. attack, it seems like Iran is getting the submarine and this destroyer into that area in order to launch a counteroffensive on possibly different fronts if an attack on Iran or one of its allies was carried out. They are basically saying that they could open new fronts in Afghanistan. They could open up new fronts on the frontiers of Iraq, and they could unleash Hezbollah on Israel. And so it would not be simply an air war. It would be a war that they would fight on 3 or 4 different fronts, and the United States is aware of this. At this moment, I don't think that there's really a risk of this breaking out, because this war would be extremely complicated for both sides in the issue. One, this would be immensely devastating to Iran and possibly a war that they couldn't win. We don't really know, but it would seem likely that Iran would lose. However, on the other side of that, the United States wouldn't find this war really all that profitable. After all, resources are already currently stretched to just about their maximum as it is right now. And they're currently engaged in so many theaters and already so many covert actions that it may become difficult to balance all these things from a geopolitical standpoint. But this is always a very good possibility that this actually could happen. I just think at this time right now, given the objective conditions faced, that it's not likely to happen in the near future. But maybe a couple more months down the line, as the situation begins to become more acute as a result of Iran actually finally developing nuclear energy, there would be more and more hysteria drummed up by Israel and the U.S. for that, making an invasion and a war far more likely. But I think overall, it's important to keep in mind here that Iran is literally just defending itself. It has not made a threat against anybody in this situation. They have only declared their intention is to seek peaceful use of nuclear technology for energy, and have categorically stated that they are not trying to develop nuclear weapons in any way, and that this is a claim based on nothing that is being made from the United States and Israel in order to justify their own interests in the region and to suppress a government that they don't have control of.